Good news for Black stars. Pop punk legend Avril Lavigne finally has a star to herself on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And not gonna lie, it's been an emotional moment for fans all around the world. Presenting her with this honor was none other than Boys Lie feature Machine Gun Kelly himself, who called Avril an inspiration for his music. Today we'll talk more about MGK's tribute to the rock star, so let's dive in. First off, Avril Lavigne gets a brass star of her own, and it's about damn time she did. You're lying if you hadn't heard her song Complicated on repeat back when Walkmans were a thing. Her debut album was literally the epitome of teen angst, and it's sad that we're probably never gonna see someone like Avril ever again. Sure, Gen Z has Olivia Rodrigo with her album Sour, but can you really imagine someone coming up with a bop like Skater Boy again? Come to think of it, the Canadian singer has had one of the most successful careers in pop punk history. Not only did she dominate the charts in the 2000s, but she was also basically every emo person's idol. At 17 years old, she was the youngest solo artist to have a #1 album on the UK charts at that time. And by the end of 2002, Let Go was certified 4 times platinum by the RIAA, making her the best-selling artist of that year. Imagine being that young and becoming so popular that the first ever body of work that you put out received so much love and critical acclaim that even years later, it's still selling units and going platinum. In fact, it still kind of sends us to think that Complicated, Skater Boy, and I'm With You were on the same album and entered the top 10 songs on Billboard's mainstream top 40 chart. So yeah, when you've basically smashed it as a rookie, you sure as hell deserve your own spot on one of the most famous landmarks in Hollywood to commemorate your success. Let's learn more about that star on the boardwalk now. Picture this. It's 2001 and a 16-year-old girl is on her way to LA to start working on songs that would change the trajectory of her entire life. She's staying at the Roosevelt Hotel, which is on the famed boulevard, and thought to take a walk amongst the stars, the very same path that would later be a home to her name 20-something years later. It's funny how life works out like that, and looks like Avril is just as overwhelmed as we are about it. She calls this honor a full circle moment for her, because it was the place she made her first album. On her first trip to LA, she took a stroll down the strip and took a picture with the star, while wearing a sweatshirt that said skateboarding is not a crime. Classic Avril. And on the 20th anniversary of Let Go, the 37-year-old singer posed with her star wearing that same hoodie, and boy did it give us goosebumps. We know Avril ages backward, but we're pretty sure she's got access to the elixir of life here. Like, how is this even real? It's ridiculous how she still looks like that skater girl from years ago. The photo is an incredibly wholesome reminder of the journey she's had. And even with all the ups and downs and the controversies, we're glad she has this win in her corner. Her radiating smile is proof that she still has a lot to give to her fans. And honestly, we're here for it. Following up with Machine Gun Kelly's heartfelt tribute. It's no secret that Avril Lavigne's music has been the light on our darkest days. Her music has resonated with people across the world and has been a source of comfort during troublesome times. And it's not just us who she's inspired to do better in life. In February 2022, Avril released her 7th studio album, Love Sucks, an ode to her emo pop angst, which has collaborations with many pop punk sensations, including Travis Barker, Mod Sun, and Machine Gun Kelly. MGK, of course, needs no introduction either. His collab Boys Lie with Avril on her album was a sonic sequel to his smash hit with Halsey, Forget Me Too, and is a very speedy duet with a He Said She climax. During the Walk of Fame ceremony, MGK presented her with the honor, and what he said brought tears to our eyes. He spoke of how she was an inspiration to a generation of kids like himself who wore baggy jeans and skated and didn't fit into MTV's version of what the girls wanted. Megan's beau also said that her song Skater Boy was the hope he needed to realize it's okay to be the way he was, and that there's someone out there looking for people like him. Like us, Avril's music was there for him when he got his heart broken too. Her music was always in his headphones, and even if they crossed paths later in their life, she had been with him longer than she knew. Moving on, how does Avril feel about having her name amongst the greats? Having your name as a part of the Walk of Fame is a pretty huge deal, but when this occasion coincides with the 20th anniversary of your debut album, it really makes the entire moment even more special. During her speech, Avril recalled a lot of moments from her early years and reflected on her career as one of the pioneers of pop punk. "We don't know about you guys, but Girlfriend is definitely the anthem of our lives. And as far as making music is concerned, we know we had a bit of a Lavigne drought in our lives, but Avril assured us that she still loves making music more than ever. In fact, she feels much more inspired to do that lately. And it's probably the success of her new album that's given her the confidence that fans still want to hear more of her voice, and will always look forward to what she puts out. She could sing things off our grocery list and we'd thank her, to be honest. But here's to the next 20 years, Avril, and here's to never grow up." Moving on to other news. First off is Machine Gun Kelly in his actor era now. The Bad Things singer has done a lot of experimentation in the past. When he made a genre switch in 2020 with his hit album Tickets to My Downfall, not many people were expecting the change to suit his style. After all, not many people can pull a Taylor Swift, who switched from country to pop and is now undoubtedly in the music industry, period. But MGK has never backed down from taking any risks. And even though Coulson has plenty of acting credits to his names, like The Last Sun and Midnight in the Switchgrass, it seems like he's dipping his toes further into the waters, as he's taken on the role of Freddie, a low-level LA hoodlum, in the thriller movie One Way. The film is currently playing in cinemas and is a fantastic entertainer full of action, drama, and of course, lots and lots of thrill. Up next, is Megan Fox tired of MGK's chaotic ways? Individually, we honestly love these two. Megan is a fantastic actress, and A Mainstream Sellout is one of our favorite albums of the year. But as a couple, we probably know things about them that we wished we didn't, like that blood-drinking fiasco back in April. That was a bit too much for us to know, even as fans. And while it might have been passionate or symbolic even, mostly gross. It seems like all of these over-the-top chaotic adventures have been tiring Fox out. It's not hard to miss the fact that we haven't seen any traces of Machine Gun Kelly on her Instagram since April, and an insider even said that things might have been on the rocks for them lately. Yikes! Could it be because Megan's outgrown Coulson's wild side? Or is it because she's tired of being treated like a glorified rock groupie by him? While we can only speculate, let's hope everything's good behind the scenes. Finally, are we getting the Avril collab soon? Okay, before you scream, let us tell you why we think we might be getting a Taylor and Avril Lavigne collab. Ever since Miss Americana announced her 10th studio album, Midnights, everyone's been going over every Easter egg the singer's given ever since the release of her last re-recording, Red, Taylor's version. Sources say that this new album is going to be her most collaborative one yet, and that she's worked with many powerhouses, mostly women, for this new work of art. A track list recently did rounds on Twitter with many big names like Adele, Selena Gomez, Hayley Williams, and you guessed it, our girl Avril. Now, even though we haven't heard a peep from Taylor Nation or the woman herself, we really hope this news is true. This is one collab that would genuinely be our multiverse of madness, and we can't wait to see if that ever happens. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think about MGK's homage to our pop princess? Let us know in the comments down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Until next time, see you soon!